I bought this dirt bike to surprise my wife, but it's missing one important detail. So I bought a $200 Temu motor that we'll swap in there and see if it works.
But first, we have to see if this thing will even fit.
Looks like this frame's gonna have to go. Welcome to the Rad Factory.
Against all the odds, I do think this will work.
Holy smokes, dude! Oh my God.
I've been trying to get the original Yamaha motor to run for the last year and no luck. So we went to Temu. It turns out there's one major difference between the original Yamaha motor and the Temu. The Yamaha is a vertical piston and the Temu is a horizontal piston. Kinda didn't think that through when I ordered it.
Unlike all of the other Temu purchases that you definitely thought through.
You know I just shopped like a billionaire. Hit order on everything I want.
Just click order. Gavin will figure it out.
What that horizontal piston means is this frame is in the way and has to get chopped. So let's get to chopping.
Quick plan, we're gonna take my head out of this area. Get rid of this. We've got to chop this down tube off, but I want this thing to remain structurally integral. So I'm gonna make essentially a little hoop that goes around our piston that connects to the bottom of our motor, just like Yamaha originally designed. Make a couple brackets for this and then start making motor mounts. Unlike normally, we're gonna try and measure a few times and cut once instead of just, we should probably cut some stuff. So I need to hold this thing up and see about how much of this down tube I need to remove to get our sprocket in the right place. The good news is the motor doesn't feel like it's made of plastic, so it's already more better. It's already more better than I expected it to be. If I use this bottom mount right here on the bottom mount on our motor, our sprocket is several inches too low. Like this is about where the sprocket should be, and it's nowhere near that. I need to mock this thing up, and hopefully I can determine how much to get rid of here so that I can start accurately mocking it up.
So that's where the sprocket needs to be to line up with the chain right there.
Realistically, just at the bottom of this gusset is a pretty good place to go. So I'm gonna give myself a little bit of room. I'm sorry, Yamaha, you didn't deserve this. This is a really nice bike. Everything's functional, it just needed a motor. But it's getting the motor we can afford, not the motor it deserves. Now that we cut it, we have the rest of the build to do.
I do want to point out, this is the third attempt at making this video. We've tried to make this video like for the past 6 months, and every time I bring it up, Gavin doesn't want to do it.
This time is no different. I still don't want to do this. He won me over because he got me a pit bike, and now I really like dirt bikes. Hopefully this works. Oh God, it's gonna be finicky, dude. This is gonna be a ton of work.
We at least have faith now. We know that the Temu motors actually are pretty decent from the pit bike video.
But can I accurately replace this motor with a totally wrong motor? We're gonna have to find out. See what we're working with here. This needs to be way up here. So there's some modifications that need to be done to raise this thing the height we need it to be.
We gotta throw the carb on there so we know this clearance.
Yeah, exactly. And like the gas tank and all that stuff is up here.
All right, so you added some little bracket things to try and get it higher?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see like how close we actually are. Still not quite high enough. That's unfortunate. So we got to bring this thing up quite a ways then. The nice thing about working with Dylan is we see problems from different angles, and I was trying to work bottom up. Dylan had the idea of trying to go top down. So we're gonna go ahead and make a little bracket, cut this piece of tubing, slot that in there.
Mika, quiet on the set.
So once this gets welded together, or at least tacked together, we will be able to start tacking it to the frame up here. And hopefully that way we can kind of like figure out a good place to put this motor, and this will be an easier place for us to access.
A not so minor detail is the carb pretty much kind of has to mount right there.
I don't know if you know this, Dylan, that's where the gas tank is. Even after cutting all that room, we don't have a lot of room.
The gas tank doesn't seem to be in the way.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, it's just the frame of the bike.
Let's see if we can find a way to tack our motor in place so we can keep trying to guess and check this thing. just a couple completely random shapes later, we'll have what we need.
I mean, it's so unrealistically huge.
Yeah, I've never even seen one that big. Just a thick old hogged out hole right there. Let's see if this thing will bolt up. Dude, I'm actually pretty tickled with how close we got this to where it needs to be.
It's going to look fairly stock, I think, once we're all said and done. And of course, we are going to make it nice. We'll get new graphics on it, sand all the rust off, and make this look really nice.
Chain is in a pretty dang good place.
Do we need this? Can we just clearance this? Does that hold the gas tank?
Yeah, this is what holds the...
But these ones specifically?
I'm not sure what those do without having ever seen it. We've got everything mocked up, and now I just need to make our top mount for our motor. Assuming this is its final location, we should be able to tack everything in. Seems relatively flat side to side, front to back. I made myself a little bracket. It's nice and notched, and I should be able to hopefully weld this with any degree of accuracy. Make sure we're reasonably square. All right, real question. It's just tacked on, kind of loosely bolted in. If we take this jack off, what happens? Ah, jack off. Classic. Hey! It's something like a dirt bike anyways. I wonder how far we actually want to get on these mounts. I think we should probably try and put like the chain on and do some things before we make anything too final.
In a very ideal world, we would try and get it to run. The Temu motor has no Kickstarter backup. It's only electric start, which might pose some issues, especially because it has no instructions and the electronics are very complicated.
This is about as messy a wiring harness as you could possibly ask for. Oh, Dylan, we've really done it this time. And I'm kind of nervous because if we burn up this harness, like, we can't fix it. So we kind of have to get it right first try, which historically we never do.
I should have looked harder for just a kickstart version.
Made some progress.
I mean, I feel confident that these colors are matching. Whether or not that means anything on this, I don't know.
We have the spark plug connected to the ignition coil.
And I still haven't figured out why there's two male 6 pins that are not plugged in, but only one female.
We do have a special delivery from China, a new gas tank, so at least it won't be leaking.
Dylan, what are you doing?
So our new China gas tank, they didn't finish drilling out the hole for the petcock, so I have to do that myself.
And we're confident that that is indeed what needs to be done.
Yeah. This is the Japan one. It's got 2 holes.
Yep.
And this is the China one that doesn't.
It's got 1 hole. How do we feel?
I wish I didn't have to do this, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Hey, there we go. A moment that I honestly didn't think would come this soon. It's only been a day. We're about to fire this thing up. We have a new gas tank. We have the carb hooked up. We have the electric starter hooked up. What are the odds?
Plug this battery in and see if it'll start.
Better check the oil before we...
Ooh,
I don't know if it comes
smart.
with it or not.
That's a really good call, Dylan.
It does look oily. I think we're okay. Would you agree that there's oil on there?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good oil, but...
Enough to start it, I think. Right on the set, let's make sure we listen for any large popping sounds. Alright, that's in theory a good sign because nothing is turned on. So there shouldn't be a circuit yet. Okay. Nothing.
Who is shocked by that?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it the battery that has been sitting on the shelf for a year and a half? Is it the faulty wiring? Is it the faulty wiring not hooked up correctly?
We've
Nobody
got a
knows.
lot of options here. What are some things that we can do to make sure that stuff is getting power? Thanks to the wonders of YouTube, I finally found someone who had this harness, And it looks like we've got to essentially jump this right here. It's a safety switch. So much like a car, it won't let you start it without your foot on the brake. Similar setup. So in theory, everything else was wired correctly. So if I can jump this real quick, we can hopefully start it. So if I put that there, nothing. That might just be because I'm using this crappy little fuse jumper. Oh!
Whoa!
Oh, I heard a sound, Dylan.
Something happened. All right.
Oh my God. So our solenoid is clicking on.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's put some gas in it.
That was compression. So now, just gas, right?
Dude, all it was a jumper. The wire this whole time.
It's almost like wiring harnesses should come with instructions. Is there already gas in this tank?
No.
Okay.
I did opt for the 91 premium.
Okay, good call. Fuel line is primed, baby. You've been watching the channel a while. What do you think?
Yeah, it's Andy.
It's gonna run. Yeah.
You what?
100%.
Not watching enough of the videos.
He has way more faith in us than I do.
Our throttle is a little rough, but it
Yeah.
does work.
All right, here we go.
I'll be honest, that battery does not sound healthy.
Yeah.
I think that might be our
I think
problem.
Whoa! Oh my God! Oh my God! We have a SpongeBob bubble car. Did you hear that? That was insane.
Oh my God!
Oh!
It runs! The Temu dirt bike will run!
Holy smokes, dude!
I mean, I had hope, but I did not think it was going to fire up this soon.
That was second crank. Oh my God! That wasn't even choke on or anything. What? No, this can't be real, dude.
Should we throw the exhaust on and see how that sounds?
Might as
All right.
well, yeah. How did that possibly work, dude? All right, now I'm back on Team Motor Swap again.
So the motor does not come with the exhaust when you buy it from Temu. So this is an Amazon exhaust pipe that comes in 1-day shipping. How good do you think this is going to be?
Oh man, it's gonna be better than no exhaust, and that's as good as it's gonna be. Let's see if it'll even bolt in. Oh my God, this is the worst exhaust. We'll for sure need to jerry-rig this exhaust onto the proper exhaust, I think. Oh yeah, that's the right thing. Woo, dog.
There's a lot more work to do, but it's actually going to be worth it. This dirt bike is going to drive.
Somehow, against all the odds, I do think this will work. It's pretty much downhill from here. Take one with the exhaust.
It sounds like a 125 dirt bike.
Oh my God. That's the craziest thing in the world. I can't believe this has worked at all. There seems to be some gas or oil. Yep. Oh, yep. Our petcock is for sure leaking. There's gas all over that, but dude, it's working. I don't know why or how, but it's working. I'm so angry that every time we do one of these, it works. Like every one of these Temu, like the 50cc's worked, and this is working, and even the Temu supercharger like worked a little bit.
If we can take this to a motocross track, I'm going to be so hyped.
It defies all logic and reason.
Now we got to build the rest of the frame that we cut off.
No, it's time to celebratory ride the 50cc because I'm a good boy and I earned it.
Got it.
This is the cost of getting good at wheelies. A couple zip ties and we're there.
Now that we know the engine runs, we can finish the bike. It's not out of the woods yet. There's a lot of reinforcing this frame that we chopped up.
So we're basically just going to bring some 1-inch tubing around either side of that cylinder to like, you know, right there. And then just run like a little bar to the bottom of our motor that ties into the little split that we make. I can't believe it turned on. I'm still just like trying to get my life together after that.
we'll have these two coming down either side, and those will come to a V so it misses the exhaust, and then back. Just gotta sneak up on it, slowly but surely. Something like that. And that'll come down to a Y right there, and a single beam back. Let's see how close I can replicate this. Close, just gotta wedge it some more. That's pretty dang close. Ow, everything's sharp. Something kind of like that. I feel pretty good about this front motor mount being solid, but I'm not sure if the motor's actually going to come out once it's all welded in. So it's tacked in place. Let's see if we can get this motor out, and then if we can move on to the next step. Okay, so that will work. Down here at the bottom of our front frame, we have to be able to unbolt everything or the motor won't come out. So that'll sit like that, and then our big piece will go like that underneath it. This is essentially a dropout, so that'll get welded right onto there and run underneath the frame. I've got us a little plate on the bottom, and that's wildly important because the bottom of this frame needs to be able to come out so we can remove the motor if and when it ever needs to be removed. What do you think, Ernie?
It's on there, it looks straight. The exhaust is kind of hitting that back piece, but you can move it out.
Yeah, the exhaust isn't done. We gotta mess with that. That's just like a Temu exhaust.
So the last thing we need to do is connect this right here to our frame, and that basically will make the motor not a structural part of the frame. So this front end, I just tapped some holes, and then, hey, there we go.
Picasso.
Michelangelo, dude. Yeah, that'll work. Look at that. That looks sick, dude.
Looks good.
I think that's pretty reasonable, yeah? Let's take this apart and then we'll freaking primer it real quick, bolt our motor in, and then we're basically done. We're gonna take this part later and do a really nice job. I just wanna make sure that when we go test this thing, we can wash it afterwards without a bunch of flash rust. Clearly, there's a bunch of touch-up to be done anyways. This is just a primer. Quick little bit of dirt bikes. Let's do it. We run into a problem. The exhaust from the factory comes out on this side, but our Chinese exhaust comes out this side, which means I guess I have to make an exhaust? I don't know, because this will burn you for sure. What we're gonna do is try and mesh the new exhaust with this stock exhaust, but in order to get around our motor, I gotta start cutting some stuff. So I'm gonna chop right around here on our original exhaust and try and get this part of our exhaust mounted like it would be factory, and then it's just a matter of connecting the end of this pipe to the end of our new pipe.
So we're gonna cut right here on this Chinese pipe and then just kind of twist it and mate it to that.
And that should just mate pretty dang close to that.
Gavin and Ernie's custom exhaust shop.
And it literally lined up perfect, or pretty dang close to perfect, to our stock exhaust.
We get to use our heat shield still. So like, this thing is literally as close to stock as it could be. All right, we're gonna see what the new stock exhaust sounds like. You ready, my man?
Oh!
Oh my God, it's so good. Oh my God, Ernie. It's so good. And we get to keep our heat shield, I'm through the moon right now. I can't believe that worked.
Let's go, Ernie. That was sick, dude. The next step is we got to mess with the throttle. Right now, this is literally like electrical taped in, and you can tell it feels awful. This little NARP is causing all of our problems. It's just a little too small, and so you can see it goes through when it shouldn't. Alright, so we have a big old glob of weld on the end of that, and hopefully I can just grind that thing down and we have ourselves a NARP. That's not how life is supposed to work, but there's a good chance that this is gonna work. That is as far as I dare go, but that's in there. We're gonna try and shorten the throttle housing, like the actual cable housing. It's definitely wrong to do this with the cable still in there. This is terrifying because I really don't want to ruin this cable. There we go.
Woohoo! Nice work. Ready to give it an official test drive? What are the odds this goes anywhere?
From this far away, you wouldn't know.
It doesn't look like a Temu motor?
Like, if you got close, yeah, but from here, it just looks like a dirt bike.
As long as it drives nice, we'll tear it all down, get it painted, get new plastics, new graphics, make it look really nice before I give it to Layla.
Give it some gas when you shift.
Whoa! It worked! No way!
One almost died.
Dude, the wheelie was amazing. I can't believe it works.
Dude, nice work. That's so cool.
Time for me to say words that I hate to say, which is, Dylan, you were right. I can't believe this worked. It's actually awesome. Like, it shifts relatively smooth.
It would be irresponsible to give this to my wife without actually testing it, so we better hit the motocross track.
And if we're anything on this channel, it's responsible. Responsible for a lot of bad ideas.
Is it gonna fit in the Porsche truck? This is a big deal. The entire reason we built it this way and got the tuned camper is to put dirt bikes in it.
That was always Dylan's vision. Let's see. Oh! It just clears. Oh, it's so close.
No, I think that was close.
Oh!
Yo! Oh, that's unbelievable. That's so cool. It works. Months of work and it fits.
Dylan, it's your dream come true. You have a Porsche, you have a truck, you have a camper, and some dirt bikes inside of all of it. Dude.
This is going to be killer for next summer camping. I cannot wait. We're at the pit bike track and it looks perfect for the bikes we brought. These are like 10, 12 foot tabletops.
Kevin is suited up. He's ready to go. I figure you got to dress for the part that you want, not the part that you have. And I want to be Jeremy McGrath. You know the deal. I'm going to be out there ripping and gripping. You're looking pretty fresh yourself, Dill. You got the matching helmet. You got Layla's jacket on. You look great.
I'm going to just putt around in the dirt a little bit, get warmed up. I don't want to break it right away.
All right. Probably a good idea. Oh! Oh my God. How is it?
It's not as much power as you would like, to be honest. It doesn't have like the out of the hole.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we're here. We might as well get on the track.
Give it a couple rips. Oh my God, right out of the... Oh my God, Dylan. It looks like such a dog, dude. Just no guts.
You see my name in the lights, better get right, champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and listen. You mixing me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy. We shutting everything down. I've been high like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand the opponents, this mine.
It jumps. I think it's more my lack of skill than anything, but I caught a little bit of air.
Yeah.
It has no power out of the hole. The gear shifting is horrific. Like, I know Gavin did the best he could with this little gear shifter, but it is not good. There's no way to upshift while you're still on the foot peg. So it's fully committed.
Yeah.
And then downshifts over this one. So I did have this exact dirt bike 20 plus years ago, and my skills have not improved in those 20 years.
This is, I think, the first time I've ever ridden a dirt bike.
Like a beat, I'm hearing these niggas. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Got a ring and a crown, that's the bling with the blow. What the team is about, champions. You can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you left some me.
I just figured it's better to stop before we break Layla's present. Yeah, it's definitely underpowered. Like, you want to like rip it off the lip, and you're not gonna be able to do that unless you're already carrying a lot of speed. Layla's gonna love this. Like, this is just enough for Layla. Like, it's pretty uncomplicated. She can leave it in second and have no problem. She's also like a good 80 pounds lighter than I am.
The fact that the Temu motor has gone 3 laps around a legit motocross pit bike track, I'll give the Temu motor like a 2 Ratatouilles. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's not super bad, and it is a round object, thankfully, but that might need a bit of a redesign.
We better switch to something our own size.
Oh my God.
The Temu engine did incredible in the dirt bike. It'll be perfect for my wife. I cannot wait to surprise her. We'll get it all cleaned up and give it to her next video. Make sure and subscribe so you don't miss it. Stay rad.